But my thing is, we saw Dory do that attack and cut a fish in half, right? We've seen it. So that's the nature of the attack. It does it. That's that nature. I don't think Julian has a power to punch somebody in half like that.
You just got proven wrong.
No, that's different. You can't use it. Like the hammer.
Telling me you don't believe something that's
but that's good.
It's
different. Bro. It's different.
People have already pointed it out that like Saint Workery ended up attacking Dory and Brogy on Egghead, and like he couldn't break the shield of them. But that doesn't actually like kind of make sense because we also have to remember that the previous chapter to this one, Dory explicitly said, it pains me to like hurt these guys. These are my friends. So what I think is happening, and I know people hate to hear this in the One Piece community, it's a mental nerf, dog. Like it really is a mental nerf.
All these attacks is how devastating. To me, the one I look the most, because I'm looking at all of them, is Zoro's attack. Looks so terrifyingly fatal. And it makes me think, is this how much, and I'm not just including Zoro here, I'm including the Giants' attack as well, in this statement I'm about to say here. It makes you think how much, I guess, the warriors or fighters in One Piece in the universe are holding back in general. Because sometimes it makes you think, are the bodies just weaker? But it's just undying by and they're stronger, but they're getting destroyed right here. It's like, to me, it's like people cutting loose so much because what they're up against, that they're doing these crazy to destroy a body as strong as Domi Reversi. Jaro says it. It's like they seem kind of too eager. It made me think of like we could finally cut loose, like all of them. We could actually do an attack without holding back nothing at all. Like we could give everything we got in every single attack. Well, I kind of feel like you're mostly in the One Piece universe. Maybe they're fighting, but they're also holding back a little bit for whatever reason. But this was like we don't have to, because in order to save them, we kind of have to, or we can go everything out and not worry about we just took a life here because they're going back. So we're seeing like the power into it, because of all those Zoro's attacks, I've never seen one that did this much damage to someone's skull like that. It obliterated this dude's skull. It was just crazy to me.
When you go by not holding back and stuff, to me it's just like, how are all these shots taking these out? Like that's why that's kind of bothering me though. Like I know they're not holding back, but to me, not all these look like fatal blows to me.
You ever got hit?
No, like, you get me, but like
a punch that could split your body out.
Some of them like the one attack that Sokun Samurati, I guess like it's applied. Hajulin's gun ginger, to me it's like that's not taking out a Domi Reversi person. I could be wrong, but he just punched person. Like you try to tell me in real life. I know it's different.
Vital saying I could be. You're wrong.
You said I'm saying. But my point is, But again, it's Domi Reversi though. They're more fragile.
I get what you're trying to say.
Do that to him.
You're seeing
my point is My point is. But my thing is, we saw Dory do that attack and cut a fish in half. Right? We've seen it. So that's the nature of the attack. It does it. That's that nature. I don't think Julian has a power to punch somebody in half like that.
You just got proven wrong.
No, that's different. You can't use it. Like the hammer.
Telling me you don't believe something that's
but that's good. It's different.
Bro.
It's different because they're in generation form.
But you're also not adding like I said, not holding back. Probably his goal was to punch through that. Where a normal person, I'm just trying to knock you out. But this was like I'm trying to rip you in half. You know what I'm saying?
But what about the hammer guy?
He's swinging with the intention to actually kill this person.
But the hammer person, like even the guy in the bottom with the mallet hammer thing, that could cut somebody in half. The only one that looked more logical to me, besides Dory's attack, Koko Samanti, is a Mega Rage. Because Zoro went straight for the head. Like that's a lethal. Like you're done after that.
Yeah.
Like that was focused. Like that's the first time Zoro did an attack that landed went for somebody's head. Every attack that Zoro does is the body. That's the first headshot Zoro went for. And that's like, it makes sense to me. All the other ones to me doesn't, besides Dory's.
Yeah, bro.
But like, I don't know. Like I'm looking too much into it. When we see these hit on a regular person, I bet you're not gonna be taken out. They're gonna be alive. They're gonna be
but they're not gonna be putting this much like lethal force behind it. That's the thing.
But there's a comrades, but they're doing it. And the real
they're doing it to save them.
No, but my point is, how you not gonna do the same energy of an enemy who's trying to take your family or trying to take you out? That's my point. But we're not going to see the same effect. Well, that's my point. It's like the Domi Reversi adds to it.
I get what you mean.
Yeah, it's like
you know what Lionel's having a hard time realizing?
What? I'm not saying anything.
The fact that Domi Reversi probably ain't as strong as everybody think it is.
And all it does is
he getting in a different way than I told everybody else.
No, but it also doesn't matter on the vessel. We talked about that. The person whose strength is going to enhance it. That's why.
For sure.
That's why.
For sure.
Rocks was so special.
For sure. Sure. Listen, man, I'm honestly getting a bit impatient with the Domi Reversi Giants, dog. It's starting to feel like we drifting into manga filler territory. Might sound a little harsh, and I get that. I'm not gonna lie. But at this point, I'm just not interested in hearing the same repetitive internal conflicts about them. And their friends. I don't care, bro. Let's get past this already. As for the giant who broke through Dory's shield and injured him, I want to be clear. This is not a Domi Reversi upscale or a Dory downscale. People have already pointed it out that, like, Saint Workery ended up attacking Dory and Brogy on Egghead, and, like, he couldn't break the shield of them. But that doesn't actually, like, kind of make sense, because we also have to remember that the previous chapter to this one, Dory explicitly said, it pains me to, like, hurt these guys. These are my friends. So what I think is happening, and I know people hate to hear this in the One Piece community, it's a mental nerf, dog. Like, it really is a mental nerf.
That's literally the entire point of this.
Yeah. like either you want to accept it or not, it's a mental nerf. I'm sorry. On top of that, Domi Reversi is just one of the 4 covenants granted by Imu, and it hasn't been portrayed as one of the higher ones. Meanwhile, someone like Saint Workery likely possesses a top-tier covenant, alongside a mythical zone ability and Conqueror's Haki. So, if that version of Workery couldn't break through Dory's defenses, but this giant could, the most logical explanation is that Dory is holding back and essentially allowed himself to be hurt. We gotta stop over-crediting Domi Reversi when it doesn't deserve it. And I want to thank Lionel for pointing that out a little bit. I'll be honest too, in another form. Some of this dialogue in the first part of the chapter felt off to me. You guys already pointed it out with, like, Dorry and Brogy calling the kettle black. To me, I was like, bro, y'all were just possessed too, dog. Like, y'all were literally out here saying we gonna be the kings of Elbaf after we murked Chief Yahoo. Shut up. What are you talking about? Who are you talking to? Out here, like, y'all some suckers for having a new master.
Should be ashamed.
Meanwhile, they like, I know he massa, but, like, don't be calling him that. I don't like it, coward. And then the whole Brogy and Gantonio. First, I love the name Gantonio. I'm surprised you didn't say anything about it, because I felt like this is a name you would have liked.
When I read the names, I was like, what are we doing? His name is DDT. His name is Gantonio. Yeah, shout out to DDT.
Yeah, I was all right. I forgot.
Little plug. Shout out to Oda, you know?
But I'm gonna be real, yo. It felt kind of cringy. Like, it was cringy dialogue, bro. I didn't feel it too much. It's like, oh, you ate half my food 100 years ago. I'm gonna half you. I've been halved.
I didn't realize how easy it was to accidentally cut somebody in half until this moment.
He said, look at me, Dewey.
I'm halved.
I'm halved. The wrong kid died.
You're not even half the half that Nate's top half was. I'm not even 1/8 more than Nate was. Yo.
Yeah, I love that movie.
That's what your music does.
That's what they gonna say to Brooke.
Your music does, Brooke.
I won't lie, yo. I'm really happy that these Domi Reversi Giants are being taken down. It's super satisfying at this point. But then Zoro steps in and completely overdoes it. He slices that dragon into pieces like it's overkill on another level. Yeah, for a second, I was like, yo, I think he might have took out this giant for good, yo.
Yo, man.
Yo, I'm not like, yo, man. Yo, I literally was like, yo, did he use Conqueror's Haki too? Because this is over for this guy, bro.
Yo, imagine.
I was like, yo, it's done, yo.
Hey, everyone just stops. It's like, oh.
Oh.
Yo, Zoro.
Yeah.
This guy didn't flip, man.
Why he not flipping over? I think mine is broke. No, you broke it. You killed a man.
Zoro killed the guy.
Yeah, he's already killed the guy.
I've been meaning to talk to you about that, Zoro.
You might want to lay low for a while. Immediate beef. But yeah, man, that was crazy, first of all.